Hi, this is Ken Holmes from CertiKit, and today we're going to briefly answer the question, what is the statement of applicability in ISO 27001? So you may have already heard that the ISO 27001 standard is effectively a risk-based standard. So this means going through your risks and identifying the impact and likelihood of each of them, and then assessing whether you need to treat those risks. By treatment, what I mean is applying usually a control to reduce the likelihood of impact of those risks. So this process of treating the risks needs a source of controls, and conveniently at the back of the ISO 27001 standard there is something called Annex A, which contains a list of 114, soon to be 93 controls, which you can use in order to treat the risks that you've assessed. But what you may find is that not all of those controls within the Annex A part of the 27001 standard are actually relevant to addressing the risks that you've identified. So what you basically need to do is to tell the auditor which of those controls are applicable to your organisation and which of them aren't. And hence the document we have to produce is the statement of applicability. And it's a document your auditor, when they come in to do your assessment for certification, will certainly be very interested in. And it's always one of the documents that is mandatory, and the auditor will go straight for that to understand exactly how you've applied the controls to your organisation specifically. In addition to saying whether the controls are applicable, you also need to say why they are either applicable or not applicable, and also whether they have been implemented. So those things will be items that the auditor will be looking for within your statement of applicability. Now, typically what we're talking about is a spreadsheet. It could be a Word document, it could be within some software. There are a number of different options for creating a statement of applicability, but it is a mandatory document. Typically as an organisation, what you'll find is that the vast majority of the controls within Annex A are actually applicable. Usually the ones that aren't would be if you're an organisation that doesn't do any bespoke software development, and so there are a number of controls to do with development environments and secure coding that perhaps won't be relevant to you. But generally, most of them are good ideas that a majority of organisations would want to implement. So that's basically what the statement of applicability is. It's a grand sounding name for a document which is actually very simple. It's simply a list of those controls with some columns there effectively to tell you whether they're relevant and whether they've been implemented within your organisation. That's it. Thanks for watching.